Hello. Hi. Hey. I don't know like what the crossover is here for like Instagram versus YouTube. Like I'm not really sure what the crossover is with all of that. So I'm pretty active on Instagram telling you about everything that's like going on with me. Just because I have a tendency to overshare, which is, also why you have a lot of these videos where I chronically overshare. But I'm not sure, like, if you're just a YouTube person, I don't know, like, if you just keep up with me on YouTube, because, like, that's really fair. And I don't feel like you have to keep up with me multiple places. And I feel like it hasn't been that long since I did like a what's happening, video. I feel like I do those like pretty regularly. And I also like it feels like January was so close, but it feels like January was like a lifetime ago. And I know I made a little video then, but I don't know. I don't think I've made an update since then, because that would be so insane to like do an update every 2 months. That would be crazy. But now here I am doing an update every 4 months, which feels equally as deranged and narcissistic. But here we are doing it. So as you guys know, like I said, I am theater kid. That's like my entire like brand thing that's happening. And that was true. That is a true thing. Y'all can tell by the expressiveness of my eyebrows that is a true thing. You can tell by where I will wrinkle on my face. But so I was able to be in a new musical. I booked that in February. I started rehearsals for that in February, and we did it throughout March and the beginning of April. So I just recently closed that because we had an extension. It was called Hot Jambalaya. Yes, like the food. And it was about New Orleans in like the 1920s, and I played this New York City reporter, and that really engulfed my life. Because I was incredibly intimidated by the idea of doing a musical again. As you guys, if you've kept up with me, I've had like crazy like vocal health problems. I had nodules in 2020, and I was able to heal them, and they went away. I had little baby nodules. They weren't very big, but I did have them, and it was a vocal injury, but they went away. And so I kind of had just an array of vocal problems. Like if you've been watching me for a while, I have all of these like Toad Girl videos where I really sound like Toadette, or just Toad, I guess. And I just have like a really raspy voice in all of them. And I was just having a lot of vocal problems. There were days I just could not sing. And it was quite difficult because I put a lot of my value in that. And, I teach voice, and it's hard, tricky. Tricky, hard. So the idea of doing a musical again, especially being like the lead in the musical again, was really scary and intimidating. And also not something I thought I was going to be able to do. Yeah, so I had a lot of feelings about it, but it was fun. I got to like do little riffies, do runs, get to belt my face off, got to sing harmonies, which I've always like really struggled with harmonies. I got to do a lot of really tight harmonies with a music director who was like incredibly what's the word I want to use? He was very particular. Like he wanted it to be right. And I loved that. It was really frustrating and hard, but I loved it, and I wanted it to be correct as well. And I am a perfectionist when it comes to my art stuff, so I was like very hard on myself the entire time. But also just the stress of like not knowing if my voice is going to hold out or not. And it did, because I took really good care of it, because I knew what I needed to do. So that was really exciting. But it went really, really well. There was a lot of, like accolades about it, but it was just such a huge milestone for me, because I haven't done a full musical in 5 years. And that's what I went to school for. And, like I'm a theater kid, but I am musical theater kid. Like that's what I started doing when I was a kid, was musicals. And so it was very I even now don't really know how to explain. I thought I was gonna have a real like emotional release afterwards. I definitely did when we were first in rehearsal, I had a moment where I was sitting and having coffee with someone, and I just kind of like broke down crying because I was like, wow, I am doing what I never thought I would ever be able to do again. And so, like, we have these like ideas of, doing, pursuing your dreams and like all of that. But I had really like, I had edited my dream. And so, like, the idea of doing it again, and it's still, regional theater and all of those things that I can say to belittle it so that I probably don't get more emotional talking about it. But yeah, people ask me like, how do you feel? And I'm like, I feel really complicated. It's like I'm living in a different timeline than what I thought I was going to be doing. Because I really thought I was going to be shifting into directing and then just acting in straight plays and film. And I didn't think that I was going to be doing musical theater again. I thought that I had left that. And so a lot of people were very surprised by the performance because they did not know. And I also didn't know that I was going to be able to do it. Yeah, so it was very, I don't know, a milestone doesn't feel correct. It was something I had really given up on, and then I got to do it. And it was really well received. And we did a cast recording for the musical, so I will let you guys know when that's available. It should be available on Spotify, I imagine sometime this year. So I will let you guys know, and you can hear me sing in my New York City accent. It'll be great. But then I am like going, me, I'm like going from like project to project to project. And even right now, I'm like currently waiting to hear if I booked a different project. And I'm in this like weird in between, and it's such a great problem to have, but it's weird and it makes me feel strange. Where like, I want to work and I want to book the job, but I'm also like, I would love to focus on my own shit. That would be so much fun because Danny McBride, there's this quote that he said, and he's the guy who wrote Righteous Gemstones and Vice Principals and all of those shows. And he says that when he's involved in a project, he's very monotheistic about that project. Like, he is hyper focused on it, and he is researching it all the time, and like, when he is involved in that project. And I feel very a kinship to that as well. It's like when I was doing Hot Jambalaya, I was so focused on it, and I was, what is it, eat, breathing, sleeping, that music, those words, my choreography, all of that stuff. And so I want to be involved in one thing at a time. And I've had a short film that I literally filmed the weekend before I started rehearsal for my musical. And it's been sitting on this SD card. I'm literally looking at it. It's right here. It's inside this SD card. Like, it's like 60 gigabytes of footage or something on it. And I need to edit it. Because it is important to me, but I just have not had the spoons. I keep saying I don't even have the boxes to like, what have I been saying? I don't have the boxes to compartmentalize my life right now. And I think it's just because I'm a little, it's probably burnout a little bit, but it's also like ADHD. Like, I was super hyper fixated on something, and now I'm like, have 70 things. And that's like exactly what this video is going to be, is me trying to tell you things linearly, and I've already skipped. But I have recently started working, I'm directing a 10-minute play for a new play festival. It's a new play, and because, I'm like really focused on new work right now. I talk about it all the fucking time, so I can't imagine that you've missed it. But I'm really hyper fixated on new work. And then I'm doing a 6-week development workshop this summer, and we just got auditions for that. And so I've been watching those auditions, and we're making like our callback decisions like tomorrow as I'm filming this. And then I get other opportunities which are like infringing on things and making me have to change schedules for stuff, and all of that to say I'm really happy that my job is like doing this stuff. I was like, because if it wasn't, I don't know. I do not know how I would function, manage, thrive. I would not be able to do that. It also is a really cool thing to tell people that that's what you do for your job. So that's helpful. But I have like this content creator a situation happening with so yeah, it's there's a lot of I have a lot of balls in the air, a lot of plates spinning, you know. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm just, as you can tell from me explaining all those things to you, my brain is like swoosh, 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 and it's so hard to focus on this and making these videos, and I'm getting out of focus because I'm putting my hands in front of my face. And I really think that that is a perfect metaphor for my life. Getting out of focus because I'm putting my hands in front of my face. It's a perfect metaphor. And it's just very hard to do the reaction videos. It's really hard to come up with original content. And it's really hard to do all the other things that I am doing too on top of it. It's just, I feel like always my issue has been focus. And but at the same time, not focused, because when I'm really excited about something, I am hyper focused. But I'm having a lot of things I'm really excited about at the same time. And so that makes things challenging. It makes things difficult. But today, as I'm filming this, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to record a bunch of videos. So you're going to have a lot of content that you're going to be able to watch. So watch the content, please, Jesus God. As you can tell, I've had a little some issues like here and there. This year has already just been crazy. And so I just want to say, like, I really appreciate your support here, your support on Patreon, your support other places, because like, I just, I'm just a girl. I'm a one-stop shop. I am like, if I had a video editor, that would make my life so much easier, but I don't. It's just me sitting in front of my video camera and on my Adobe Premiere Pro trying to make it happen. Okay, so I'm trying to find those pockets in my life where I can just zone in. But yeah, I did all that. Oh, and then I wrote a play. Yeah, I finished writing a play, like a full play. My first play. Crazy. I'm sure there's other things that I'm missing from talking about everything that's going on. I'm sure there's other things. But yeah, I'm really grateful, and I really think that like things are really happening for me right now, which is a really bizarre like, things have not been working out for a while, at least as far as like the acting situation, and I'm really grateful to be on this end of it, because like it was tough, man. It was rough. And so I'm excited to be, coming into a new step in a new season in directing, and feeling a lot more confident in that, and in the acting, and also in writing. So I'm adding on to my multi-hyphenate, which makes me tired. But yeah. So this is just a little update of what's going on with me. I'm sure you'll get another video where I'm like crying my eyes out and stuff, but I'm just, I'm incredibly grateful. I can't believe that I was able to do a full musical that was like critically acclaimed, basically, and to have a product that you guys can listen to when it comes out. But I'm really grateful for y'all, and we just like continue to keep growing, and I continue to keep finding new bands, and I really enjoy doing that, and filling my brain with some other forms of art that aren't the ones that I grew up experiencing. And so I'm always happy to have this pocket where I can like come and talk to you. But yeah, that's what's going on with me. So if you want to help me out, you can hit the subscribe button. If you don't already subscribe, I don't know how you'd be watching this video to the end if you're not already subscribed. That'd be insane. And then hit the notification bell so you get notification when I post new reaction videos or any kind of videos. I'm having a lot of hard times not getting my videos copyright claimed and or blocked. if they're not blocked, they're definitely copyright claimed, especially for a lot of the stuff I've been posting recently. So that's been really frustrating and challenging because I just, I'm trying to build these relationships with record labels, but it's just really hard. But you can always look at my monetized reaction playlist that I have. I'll link it here, and it's at the end of every single one of my videos. She says, as of the past few months since I had the new end screen that I made. And you can always join my Patreon. Patreon has super helped me a lot over the past years that I've had it. It's it's been the main thing that has sustained me. So if you want to help me out, you get access to all my videos early, and then other behind the scene content. I post a lot of my audition videos on there too, if you're interested in that. But I'm always working on behind the scenes content for Patreon as well. But yeah, and always commenting, liking, all that kind of stuff. It super helps me. I'm always trying to build this channel because I want it to be something that I can look back on and be really proud of. And it is. And we're just continuing to build it up. I think I'm at 35,000 subscribers, which to me is crazy. Let me make sure that's correct. Yeah, 35,000. So I'm really excited to get to 40. I think it's going to be before the end of the year, obviously, that we get to 40,000. And that's pretty sick. It's pretty sick, nasty, bro. I can't believe I've been talking for almost 20 minutes. Okay. See you guys later. Y'all have a wonderful morning, noon, night. Wherever it is that you are in the world, you are loved by me. And I will see you later. Alligator. After a while, my neck just cracked. Crocodile. Bye-bye. I put on these candy earrings, but then I just realized that only one video is going to be before Easter. And so I don't even think this video is going to be before Easter. So I don't even think it'll make a lot of sense. Well, it doesn't the earrings really make a lot of sense anyway. But I got purple eyeshadow on today. My candy earrings, this very flamboyant crop top hoodie, and then my nails match. Isn't that cute? Wow. I really got the light to work today. This looks awesome. I just know I gotta turn this ring light all the way up.